welcome back to the channel, brothers and sisters. We're out here on the property. It's a beautiful day. We are going to have a little project today. We're going to start a little project today. We're going to do a little solar power station. It's going to be something that it's going to be temporary, but yet functional, so that I can have some power out here on the property as my needs grow and we come out here more and more and get it ready for the homestay. So we have a nice project in store for today. I hope everybody enjoys what I'm about to do. We got some 2x4s here. I got some solar panels, a battery, and an inverter. We'll get to all that in a little bit. But right now we're going to build us a little lean-to. And what I'm going to do is I got some carriage bolts over here. Oh, okay. So I got some carriage bolts and a sleeve. And what we're going to do is we're going to drill a hole in the 2x4, and we're going to run this sleeve in there, and then carriage bolt the two 2x4s together so that it can pivot on one end. It can go up and down. And I'm going to fix a leg on the back, basically building a triangle. That's an adjustable triangle. And then we'll mount the solar panels to the top of it, and we'll put the battery underneath, and that'll give us a little solar station. And I've got a controller and an inverter so that we can run power to the tent, to the mess tent, recharge batteries, and eventually I can add battery back to the battery bank. I can add more batteries to it and increase my power. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for everybody's support. I think we're reaching 100 subscribers, which is a lot of fun to see the channel grow. And yeah, I just feel like this will be a good little project to bring to everybody, so we can all maybe learn something together. I'm not a professional solar installer. I've only been messing with the stuff for a little while, but I know it works. I've had good results with it, with what I've done so far. So here we go. We're about to start building. So the first thing I'll do is I'll cut some short 2x4s to the length that I need them to do the cross members and the adjustable uprights. I've already got one of them cut, so I'm going to use that as a template and just mark the other board off the template so I know I got 4 even pieces. And being out in the bush, everything's got to be cordless. So we have a necessity for these solar panels to be able to charge stuff. So I don't have any hard wire electric on the property. And with the rising cost of gasoline, I just haven't gone out and bought a generator. Besides, everything that has a motor always breaks on me. So I'm not really a giant. I can't stand the noise they make either. I like the solar panels. They seem to be very, out here in Florida, we have an abundance of sunshine, so they seem to work really well. So the next thing I'm going to do, let's see if I get this, make sure I don't wander off camera on you guys. I'm going to take 2 of the longer 2x4s, and I'm not going to cut these. I'm just going to leave them at length. I'm just going to line them up. And you want to drill this hole, I would say you want to drill this hole kind of 3 inches back and slightly off center. Okay, so what I did was I went through one 2x4 with the 1-inch bit. I went through deep enough where the spade marked the next one. Now I don't want to go through the next one with the 1-inch bit because it'll be too big for the carriage bolt. It'll be really sloppy. So I'm gonna, well, let me check. Let's see how long. let's see how long our sleeve is. Let's take the sleeve and just test fit it, make sure we got it the right size. Oh, that's gonna be beautiful. I think I'll be able to go through it. Actually, that's gonna work out really nice. I'm gonna go through the next one with the 1-inch bit. Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's going to be very nice. Then we're going to get our carriage bolt. Oh, I might need another washer. I might need a second washer for this. Well, that's okay. We can always run up. We can always make a trip to Tractor Supply tomorrow and pick up some extra washers. Yeah, I think it'll work. Might need another washer on the other side. So let's see. So that should give us the ability to raise it up and down. So that's one side. We'll call this side 1, and we'll do side 2 next. Let's see. Line this up. And we're going to try to make this quick and painless as possible so that we don't, I'm not building, it's temporary again. Eventually we'll have a sun tracker out here and we'll be able to mount a much larger solar panel array. I might get 5 panels on this, which is still a good deal. A 5-panel system with 3 batteries. I could probably run a lot of stuff off that. But I know once we get the homestead really built out here, we're probably looking at 10 to 12 panels, maybe on a sun tracker, maybe a wall. And, you know, who knows how many batteries I'll eventually wind up with. But for right now, let's get this second hole drilled. That's hole number 2 in the second side, and we're going to need another carriage bolt and another sleeve. The sleeve, you can use any kind of pipe, even PVC pipe, whatever you got. This just happened to be, actually this was left over from, I think, my 5th wheel hitch. It just happens to work with the carriage bolts really nice, and it happened to be the right size. So you want to keep the pieces of pipe around, I don't know, 2 3/4 of an inch in length, so that they're not sticking completely through the 2x4, so you get a nice snug fit. Two 2x4s put together should equal 3 inches. So if you cut the pipe at 2 3/4, you'll have a nice fit. And then you put some washers on the end of it. I'll hold this one up when I'm done. I'll let you guys see it. So that's what we're looking at. So that's actually going to be the bottom. And then you see the other side of it. And I drilled it off center so that when I go to lift it up, it doesn't dig in. You know, you go one way or the other and it'll dig in a little bit. So that'll be the other side. Oh, I got these facing the same. Let me flip this around. I made 2 left. One thing you want to do, just aesthetically face the screws in, the bolts in, so you don't see them. Let me flip this one around. You can kind of see how I'm putting it together. Simple, very easy setup. I kind of just was sitting at the house the other night, and I was thinking about, you know, how I can make a nice temporary system, and this will pop in my mind. All right, so there we go. Onesie twosie. All right, and then what I did with these beams I cut here, these 2x4s I cut here, I cut them. Let me grab one of my panels. Here's one of my solar panels. So I cut these to be pretty much the same width as the panel, so that I can put a bracket on here and screw these down. So that's what we're going to do next. Next we'll attach these 2x4s to the scissor that we made, and I'm going to attach one right at the bottom. Let me put this panel back. I'm going to attach one at the bottom and one at the top, and that'll give us our spacing for the panels. And I'm going to have to level them off with some bricks. I'm on some pretty uneven ground here, but we'll get to that in a minute. All right, I'm going to kill the video, and put this together and show you what I got in a minute here. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, guys, let's check out the progress so far. So I put you all on a little break while I finished the framing, set the panels in place. And as it would be in Florida, the weather's going to change here in a little bit, and we're going to get our afternoon thunder shower. So I figured I'd get the panels in place, get my wiring done and everything, so I can show you guys a close to finished project. Not exactly completely finished, but we'll work on it a little bit more tomorrow. I'll build a little shelter for the batteries and whatnot. Maybe I was thinking about going to Tractor Supply or Harbor Freight and getting some wheels for this thing so I can wheel it around if I need to. But let me disconnect the camera here from the tripod, and we'll take you underneath this thing and take a look at the goods. All right, so here we are underneath the solar panels. You can see I put a carriage bolt in there to hold this thing up. And what I'll do is I'll drill a couple more holes in here incrementally so I can lower it and adjust it. And then over here on this side, I mounted a Renogy DC combiner box. I guess I locked it. And I don't have all the guts for the box. You know, there's all kinds of breakers and control devices and bus bars and whatnot to go in there. But I do have what came in the kit with the panels was this controller. So for now, I just wired the controller in there. I mounted it to the back and wired it in there, and you can see that the panels are producing power, and it's going to the battery, and the battery is taking a charge. So this box will allow me to grow my system, and I got it now because, you know, these things are going up in price. So, and then here's my battery. I gotta build a little shelter for the battery and for the inverter, but for today, with the rain that's on its way, I figured just get it underneath here and get it charging. It's a 125 AGM. You can see it there, 12 volt. So I have like 5 of these batteries at the RV that I've been using for the last, I don't know, couple of years. And they're really good batteries. I like the performance of these batteries. And this is pretty much a similar setup to what I've been using on my RV. These are real easy. If anybody's not familiar with solar power, it's all plug and play basically. So I got to neaten up the wires a little bit, get these panels screwed down and mounted to this bad boy. Missing a carriage bolt there. Get some nuts and some washers, and I'm thinking about going to get some wheels. I think if I get some wheels on this thing, it'll be good to go. Let me flip my camera around. All right, well that's it. That's the portable solar power station. I hope everybody liked that. I can put some wheels on it. I could drag it around. I got 4 100-watt panels. I just have to add a couple more batteries to it, and we'll have a nice supply of electric, which is going to help out here tremendously getting moving forward with progress. So thank you for watching and subscribing. I hope maybe this inspired somebody or helped somebody. It's super easy to do. The Renogy panels, I got them on Amazon. They come in a kit. It has all the wires, all the connectors, the controller, all that. The DC combiner box was a separate part. And it has internal parts that you have to buy as you build your system, which is going to be, I think, a big plus for me as I learn how to do this and add more. My power needs increase. I can add more batteries and more power. I think eventually we'll like to get a solar tracker, a sun tracker, so that, you know, as the sun passes across the property, it'll kind of keep the panels focused on the sun. Here comes that storm. I can feel the breeze is picking up. The air temperature's changed. I gotta go lock my truck up. Thanks everybody for subscribing. We've almost hit 100. It's pretty awesome. Please like, hit the notification button, and subscribe to the channel if you find this stuff interesting. Little bushcraft homesteading. We're just digging out of raw land and making our little homestead. So thanks for tuning into the channel. We'll see you next time on the MinuteMan Ranch. Thank you.